The Old Testament lesson will be read by 5 readers this morning, and they are taking the part of the narrator and of Isaac and Rebekah, who are the parents of the twins Jacob and Esau.
This is the family tree of Isaac of Abraham. Abraham had Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Paddan Aram. She was the sister of Laban the Aramean. Isaac prayed hard to God for his wife because she was barren. God answered his prayer, and Rebekah became pregnant. But the children tumbled and kicked inside her so much that she said,
"If this is the way it's going to be, why go on living?"
She went to God to find out what was going on. God told her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 people are butting heads while still in your body. One person will overpower the other, and the older shall serve the younger. When her time to give birth came, sure enough, there were twins in her womb. The first came out reddish, as if snugly wrapped in a hairy blanket. They named him Esau, or Harry. His brother followed, his fist clenched tight to Esau's heel. They named him Jacob, which means heel. Isaac was 60 years old when they were born. The boys grew up, and Esau became an expert hunter and outdoorsman. Jacob was a quiet man, preferring life indoors among the tents. Isaac loved Esau because he loved his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. One day, Jacob was cooking a stew. Esau came in from the field starved and said to Jacob,
"Give me some of that red stew. I'm starved."
That's how he came to be called Edom, or red. Jacob said,
Make me a trade. My stew for your rights as the firstborn.
I'm starving. What good is a birthright if I'm dead?
First, swear to me.
and he did it on oath. Esau traded away his rights as the firstborn. Jacob gave him bread and stew of the lentils. He ate and drank and got up and left. That's how Esau shrugged off his rights as the firstborn. A long time passed when Isaac had become an old man and was nearly blind. He called his eldest son Esau and said,
"My son,
Yes, Father.
I'm an old man. I might die any day now. Do me a favor. Get your quiver of arrows and your bow and go out in the country and hunt me some game. Then fix me a hearty meal, the kind you know I like, and bring it to me so that I can give you my personal blessing before I die."
Now, Rebekah was eavesdropping as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. As soon as Esau had gone off into the country to hunt game for his father, Rebekah spoke to her son Jacob.
"I just overheard your father talking with your brother Esau. He said, 'Bring me some game and fix me a hearty meal so that I can eat and bless you with God's blessing before I die.' Now, my son, listen to me. Do what I tell you. Go to the flock and get me 2 young goats. Pick the best. I'll prepare them in a hearty meal. the kind your father loves. Then you'll take it to your father, he'll eat and bless you before he dies.
But mother, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I have smooth skin. What happens if my father touches me? He'll think I'm playing games with him. I'll bring down a curse on myself instead of a blessing.
If it comes to that, I'll take the curse on myself. Now just do what I say. Go and get the goats.
So he went and got them and brought them to his mother, and she cooked a hearty meal, the kind his father loved so much. And then Rebekah took the dress-up clothing of her older son Esau and put them on her younger son Jacob. She took the goat skins and covered his hands and the smooth nape of his neck. Then she placed the hearty meal she had fixed from fresh bread she baked into the hands of her son Jacob. He went to his father and said,
My father,
Yes? Which son are you?
I'm your firstborn son, Esau. I did what you told me. Come now, sit up and eat of my game, so you can give me your personal blessing.
So soon? But how did you get it so quickly?
Because your God cleared the way for me.
Come close, son. Let me touch you. Are you really my son Esau?
So Jacob moved close to his father Isaac. Isaac felt him and said,
The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau.
He didn't recognize him because with the goat skin his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's. But as he was about to bless him, he pressed him again.
You're sure you are my son Esau?
And with fingers crossed, Jacob said, Yes, I am.
Bring the food so that I can eat of my son's game and give you my personal blessing.
Jacob, pretending to be Esau, brought it to him, and he ate. He also brought him wine, and he drank. And then Isaac said,
Come close, son, and kiss me.
He came close and kissed him, and Isaac smelled the smell of his clothes. Finally, he blessed him.
Ah, the smell of my son is like the smell of open country blessed by God. May God give you of heaven's dew and earth's bounty of grain and wine. Many people serve you, and nations honor you. You will master your brothers, and your mother's sons will honor you. Those who curse you will be cursed, and those who bless you will be blessed.
And right after Isaac had blessed Jacob and Jacob had left, Esau showed up from the hunt. He also had prepared a hearty meal. He came to his father and said,
Let my father get up and eat of his son's game, that he may give me his personal blessing.
And who are you?
I am your son, your firstborn, Esau.
Isaac started to tremble, shaking violently. He said,
Then who hunted game and brought it to me? I just finished the meal just now before you walked in, and I blessed him. I blessed him for good.
Esau, hearing his father's words, sobbed violently and most bitterly and cried to his father,
My father, can't you also bless me?
Your brother came here falsely and took your blessing.
Not for nothing was he named Jacob the heel. Twice now he's tricked me. Once he took my birthright, and now he's taken my blessing. Haven't you kept back any blessing for me?
Isaac answered Esau,
I've made him your master, and all his brothers his servants, and lavished grain and wine on him. I've given it all away. What's left for you, my son?
But don't you have just one blessing for me, Father? Oh, bless me, Father, bless me.
Esau sobbed inconsolably. Isaac said to him,
You'll live far from earth's bounty, remote from heaven's dew. You'll live by your sword, hand to mouth, and you'll serve your brother. But when you can't take it anymore, you'll break loose and run free.
Esau seethed in anger against Jacob, and because of the blessing his father had given him, he brooded.
The time for mourning my father's death is close, and then I'll kill my brother Jacob.
When these words of her older son Esau were reported to Rebekah, she called her younger son Jacob and said,
Your brother Esau is plotting vengeance against you. He's going to kill you. Son, listen to me. Get out of here. Run for your life to Haran, to my brother Laban. Live with him for a while until your brother cools down, until his anger subsides, and he forgets what you did to him. I'll then send for you and bring you back. Why should I lose both of you the same day?
Rebekah spoke to Isaac.
I'm sick to death of these Hittite women. If Jacob also marries a native Hittite woman, why live?
So Isaac called in Jacob and blessed him.
May the strong God bless you and give you many, many children, congregations of people, and pass on the blessing of Abraham to you and your descendants, so that you will get this land in which you live, this land that God gave to Abraham.
Jacob left Beersheba and went to Haran. He came to a certain place and camped for the night, since the sun had set. He took one of the stones there and set it under his head and lay down to sleep. And he dreamed. A stairway was set on the ground, and it reached all the way to the sky. Angels of God were going up and going down on it. And then God was right before him, saying, I am God, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. I'm giving you the ground on which you are sleeping, to you and your descendants. Your descendants will be as the dust of the earth. They'll stretch from west to east, from north to south. And all the families of the earth will bless themselves in you and your descendants. Yes, I'll stay with you. I'll protect you wherever you go, and I'll bring you back to this very ground. I'll stick with you until I've done everything I promised you. Jacob woke up from his sleep. He said,
God is in this place, truly, and I didn't even know it.
He was terrified. He whispered in awe,
Incredible, wonderful, holy. This is God's house. This is the gate of heaven.
Jacob was up first thing in the morning. He took the stone that he had used for a pillow, and he stood it on end as a memorial pillar, and poured oil over it. He christened the place Bethel, or God's house. Here is the reading.